right, Therapy Thursday is on. This is where we talk it out. Whatever issues you got, we got Rich, the emotional support animal over there.
I'm also a good shoulder to cry on, too, if you need it.
We got Meredith, MD, right there.
I can fix anything that you need.
She can fix you like Coldplay. Also, we got Orlando BGYN just in case you need to throw your feet up in the stirrups. All right. All right. So here's the deal. You call us or text us with a question. We will find you an answer. Usually it's in our minds. Sometimes we make it up, but most of the times we try and give you some sort of help.
Yes.
All right. Let's see here. Out of the 863, it says, should the guy who invites you, I guess this is a girl. Should the guy who invites you out on a date pay for your babysitter? Me and my best friend are debating, so I wanted to ask on Therapy Thursday.
I would never expect somebody to pay for a babysitter for my kids.
I have.
Well, you've done it. Did she ask? Or did you just...
No, she didn't ask.
Okay.
But when I invited them, they said, oh, I got my kids. And I said, well, if you got a babysitter, I can go ahead and take care of the babysitter and make it happen.
Dude, that separates you from other dudes immediately. You're
gonna get a text that says simp. Whenever I say stuff like that, I get a couple people that are like, oh, you a simp. I'm like, nah. I'm just like, listen, I have a certain weekend available. If you have kids, that's a problem. Then I can help you fix that if you can still come. Now, if you tell me that you can't, then we can't.
Yeah.
But the whole question is should she
expect it?
And no, she should not expect it. That's a good gesture by somebody there.
But
and that is your responsibility.
But it's so smooth, and it definitely separates the boys from the men. So if a man does that, it is a turn on.
Separates the boys from the men. All right. Let's see. What we got?
We got a text out of the 813. I guess this is for me. How do you get over the ick of dating? Guys are so low effort these days. It's a turnoff from the whole dating process. Where to find great quality international men? Yeah. Intentional men is what she says. You know what? My girlfriends are kind of going through this with online dating and stuff like that. I say kind of take a little bit of a break and see if you can maybe meet somebody in person. Also, I wouldn't necessarily just jump on top of like a Tinder and those apps. Maybe there's some apps where people kind of take it a little bit more seriously instead of just sleeping with each other so quickly. Dating after a while can just make you hate the opposite gender.
She's saying the ick. I don't think she's necessarily gonna get that ick away from her if she's going on dating apps. I think like you need to go find somebody in a different pool. Like maybe go to church and try to find a dude, or maybe like
find Jesus.
No, you need to find your guys in a different place. Obviously, the guys you're picking aren't the right ones if you're getting that ick. So you need to look different.
It's such a hard thing to do, though, man. Because when I go to church, I'm like, should I be really trying to holler at somebody?
I know. You come back every time. You're like,
I'm like, yo, I see a fine girl at church. And I'm like, man, looking at their ring finger. I'm like, Lord, please.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be praying.
No, God is bringing you that.
No,
that
he's
blessing,
not.
dog.
No, you can't be lusting in church, man. Y'all are about to get people sent to hell.
But you've been through the whole dating ring before, and it does give you the ick. How did you kind of get out of that?
Listen, I get the ick every time I holler at somebody. Because,
yourself?
I like people online, and then I mess around and see them say something, and I'm like, ooh. Or like, I told y'all the other day, there was a girl that was like fire. And she messed around and did a live, and so somebody wrote something under the thing, and she was reading what they wrote, and I realized she couldn't read. And I'm like, God. I'm like, yo.
Was it just one thing she messed up on, or?
No, it was like, it was word analysis.
Okay.
And she couldn't read it. and it became a joke. She's like, y'all know I don't be getting all these words. And I'm like, oh my Jesus. I'm like, hey, you gotta investigate though. You can't be like fine and then you can't read. Like, I mean, come on. Like, you take them to dinner and they reading stumbling over the menu.
But you have awareness right there. Like, you know that right there is a deal breaker. That's an ick. You know that you can't date that person. Like, now, if she's getting that ick and still going on with that date, that's the problem right there.
Well, you just got to kiss a lot of frogs. That's what they say. You got to kiss a lot of frogs until you get to a prince.
Yeah, I would say just take a break for a little bit.
That's all you got to do. All right, let's see here. We got part 2 coming on the other side. Uh-oh.
Orlando.
What? I just hit the button. I swear to God, I didn't know what was going to play.
Yeah, you do.
Back-to-back Drake can get you into the show, all right?